Like, I don't know what. Yeah, yeah, because I was thinking like even sort of like submarine type thing, or kind of like the glass, like because what's also a thing is that obviously everyone else going into the Bermuda Triangle has got to be able to breathe underwater, or at least got to breathe. So, am I right in saying that there's kind of like a dome thing going on, or is it just completely submerged underwater?
What are you getting at? What are you?
Oh, I was just talking about like Ring Warrior stuff with Dom.
Alright, now I was just wondering because I've got like whole books on like Bermuda Triangles and stuff like that. It's like,
Yeah.
So what you're saying is like the city of the Bermuda Triangle like domed like how it's like kind of domed in the Atlantis movies, or like open or actually open plan on top of the water?
I was thinking more like underneath, like the water surface. Like, I mean, it's more. I mean, it's kind of like what your opinions on it, because I mean, 'tis your world, like sort of thing. Like you get to like freaking well play God on this.
Because like I like to think of it as like in the early years of the Sharkons, it's kind of like how like these Aboriginal tribes are now. When like a random boat comes past and they're like, "Nah, get the hell out." So like, if someone goes by their land or crashes nearby, it's like, "Nah, it's mine now. Nah, you dead. Me kill you, eat you later. Take your boat, ikum bokum, all that jazz." And then in the earlier years, it would have been more like how they live is literally they live in floating huts built off of the remnants of boats and ships that come past. And then over the years, that it's gone from that to then entire cities built on the water.
Okay, so we're talking. Okay, so we're talking like above the surface. Well, above the water then.
Above surface. Like anything underwater is strictly secret to the Sharkons themselves.
Okay.
And like now like the major agreements with like the Bermuda Triangle is, yeah, sure, people can go in and out, we can have trade deals and tourism, but you are no way allowed to be anywhere near the underwater channels of the Bermuda Triangle, because that's where the secret shit is.
Okay, that's fair. So when you say I mean, I'm imagining like the sort of residential areas for like Sharkons, like underneath the floating city. While like the floating city is mainly there for like tourism, entertainment and shit along those lines.
I get you. Like, I think of it as like the city above is obviously where everything happens. The like the underwater sections of the Bermuda Triangle are like kind of where they're doing like their like scientific experiments and their breakthrough technologies with like water tech and all that jazz. And maybe they found something really important to do with the origins of the championship belts that hold magical power, and they don't want to tell anyone.
Nice.
Hence why that might have been why in the early ages the Sharkons were very reluctant to let anyone in, because they could have been defending something that was important to like a deity of theirs or something. So they're just doing what their deity would want, which is to batter the living daylights out of anyone that got close.
Oh man, like having like Sharkon related deity sounds so cool.
All I can think of is. I
Hello.
was going to say, talk about Sharkons. It just makes me think of there's a band called the Aquabats. I don't know whether you've ever heard them.
Yes.
No, but that
Yeah,
sounds
they have a
great.
song called Shark Fighter.
They do. They actually
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
I remember that.
That's all I can think of when you talk about Sharkon. Is Shark Fighter
Hell
No.
yeah.
fighting sharks in the sea?
I still.
Because he is a shark fighter.
That's pretty good. I still think the main. I still think the main thing I always think of when I think of Sharkons are still like the Street Sharks,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the '90s cartoon. I bloody love those guys.
Because, yeah.
Oh,
So,
good times.
Like a mice from Mars as well.
Yes, yes. OG series though, not. Sorry.
Whose camera? What, my one?
yeah.
And then I pop up and ruin it.
Ha!
Reset. Sounds like me redoing the same dungeon over and over because the tank kept leaving because he was angry that he didn't get the loot he wanted.
Yeah.
Yep.
They wanted to be the. Yeah.
That's
that
it.
always happens. Hello, Twitch chat.
See there being chatty and
Hello
Twitch like.
He says as the bottom of his eye twitches like madly, sending Morse code signals to.
That'll be at the end of the session.
Go ahead.
Yes. Yes.
He introduced me. Surely that's enough.
Oh god damn it, Brian! You mentioned like Chuck Norris. Now the internet's gonna shut off again. I mean, what? Yay.
I'm still setting things up here. Yes.
Uh oh. Foxy's gonna.
No. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
me and you are definitely 5 years because I've been since the first campaign. Yeah, all the old ones.
Yes.
So, and then that one we just finished lasted 2 years. So, really,
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I think.
Mm.
Yes. Also, including that me, Dom, and Marie joined in with like 2 years in the span of 2 years.
Yeah, so you started with the second series.
Yes.
I've been playing. Well, for me personally, I've been playing like D&D. I first played D&D like I think it was like 4 years ago or something like that. But that was a very short-lived campaign, but as in it only lasted like 2 sessions. But I mean, playing with you guys was pretty much my first proper time. So it must have been about maybe 4 or 5 years. No, not 4 or 5 years. God damn
No, it must be about 4 years because me and Brian did the West March one for about 6 months.
Yeah,
and we changed to our original campaign.
Yeah,
So-
and then I sort of joined in at the. Would that be like the second, or it must be like the second campaign?
No, we classed that as the first one.
Okay, fair. So yeah, that would be about 4 years, like proper.
Fair.
Oh
No,
no,
for me,
someone
it's
says the
been-
sound's gone.
No.
And
I was going to say, chat, tell us who you can hear and who you can't
Yes.
hear.
yeah.
I know.
Be helpful to hear
There
the
we
DM.
go. You should be able
Yeah.
to hear me
And,
now.
Are you sure? Is
I
it
don't
really
know.
helpful to hear the DM?
And what comes to when I started playing D&D, I started playing back in like 2011, 2010.
About 10 years for you then.
Yeah, about 10 years.
Yeah.
I didn't
I'm
even
the
want to say when I
weirdo that
first started playing. Let's just say I started playing when I was a kid, around 10, and I
Nice.
played first edition. I've played second edition, third and 3.5, one session of fourth, but we don't talk about that. And then I started playing. And then I started playing fifth edition in Tasha's campaign, coming up on 3 years now.
Yes.
I was going to say, I don't know if you guys can see it, but you can see like the amount of role-playing games over my shoulder.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's 5e, 4th edition, the 5th edition like box set, and it goes all the way down to the Warhammer stuff.
Nice. No, for my experiences, let me see. Obviously, a couple of years with these bits, and then started getting into D&D
I thought you were
proper
gonna say
when I
something else.
started uni, and so that was when I was 18. So 11 years,
Ooh.
and then you know how serious it is with tabletop stuff now when you're making your own one. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 years in the making, and I still find it annoying when I work on something and then 2 or 3 pages later I'm like, I've got to change that too, haven't I? God damn it.
When it comes to something like that, Dom, I give you this one piece of advice, and this is coming from Tolkien's son, whose name I always forget. But it's in the autobiography and everything else that when Tolkien was telling The Hobbit to his son as a bedtime story, he would correct him on all the changes he's made. And it would be the little things like, his buttons were gold last time, now they're brass. Door was blue and now it's green. And Tolkien's remark would just be, damn the boy, and he'd go and rewrite everything.
Yeah.
Christopher Tolkien? That's what Spoonie said,
That's it.
Christopher.
Yeah, I think it's Christopher. But it's just like, I remember seeing that quote, and I'm just like, yes, this sums up DM's life.
Truth.
I didn't write this down, it was
Yeah.
just something that I said. I never wrote it down, and now I've written it down, I've written it wrong. Damn the boy.
Ah, damn it! How could you?
So anyway, for those of you
Well-
just joining us, and everything else. This is officially the third campaign
Yes.
of our wonderful D&D homebrew setting. Thank you, Dom. I love the timing.
Indeed.
Not one, not two, but three.
Doing it for all the sign language people out there.
I always got to remember the 3, 2, 1 thing.
Read
You
between
got
the
to
lines.
start backwards, otherwise it goes horribly wrong.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, this is our third campaign, as it were. The VODs are available on YouTube. Some good quality, some bad quality, because life. And let's face it, I don't edit these things; they just go out as they were.
Yes. Also, I kind of have to ask, do people here play Minecraft?
No.
Not as much as I used to, but I do love it with mods.
Sounds like heresy to
Well,
me.
What do you think about FTB mod?
Feed the Beast, yeah, it's a good mod pack.
Yeah, I think I could give you an IP. I mean, not IP. I mean, link to a certain server.
That could go very badly if nuclear reactors are involved.
Guess who is hosting it?
Is it you?
So, yes, it is me. Also, Ark Survival Evolved. How about that?
Never played Ark Survival.
Ark is amazing game, by the way.
But you know what's also an amazing game? D&D.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
So let's go with the D&D
Let's
thing.
start.
So for
Indeed.
those watching at home, we already did our character creation and everything else. The stats are on the screen for you all. Because 0.5, everybody got revealed and everything else.
Except me.
Except for Foxy, yes. We were getting on to
Yes.
Foxy, and then the threat of punching Chuck Norris knocked my internet out.
Yes.
But I don't recall if I went over this, so for the sake of you guys and those watching at home, we are playing with some extra rules. So the first one, and the most important one, is the honor score. So every character has an extra point, an extra attribute called the honor score. It's not on their official stat cards because it's not like a prime stats, as it were. But you guys can use the honor score to make checks and everything else in place of charisma or wisdom or other such things. And you can always make the check to be, like, if you're unsure how to act with a certain amount of honor. So always remembering, you bow to nobility and all that kind of thing. And honorable blows in combat and that sort of stuff.
Yes.
There is a handout on Roll20 which has the wording rule for rules, which I could read, but we'd be here all night.
Yes. Yes, we would.
So, no need to worry about that one. The second one we are playing with is the gritty realism rules. So these change the ways the rest system works for 5e. Normally a short rest is like an hour-long fade to black, come back afterwards. This time around, a short rest is 8 hours, so it's a proper night's sleep. And a long rest, which would have been the night's sleep, is now 3 days. So this could be quite interesting as you guys have abilities and things that require a recharge of short rest. Versus those of a long rest, it might curb your enthusiasm on some of them. Bloody action surge!
Yes.
Ooh.
Action Surge is a nice thing.
I know how much you love that.
Yes.
I do when I play a fighter, not when I'm on the receiving end. And the third one, I can't remember if we said yay or nay to it, so now's your chance to say yay or nay, was the critical damage.
I don't remember discussing this.
I only remember it from Tasha's campaign.
Okay then. So for those not in the know, the critical damage works like this. If you guys take a critical hit, you drop to 0 hit points, but you aren't killed outright. And I'm going to ignore the bit where it says you fail a death saving throw by 5 or more, because that's just not fair. You take what's known as a lingering injury. And there is a d20 roll, and it can range from things such as losing your eye to having a minor scar or just a minor limp for a round or so.
I personally would not like to go with these rules because of what happened to my poor half-orc warlock the last time.
I know what you're talking about. It was fine.
It was
I mean,
fine.
You're pretty lucky he still had.
Round.
Pretty lucky they had any limbs. Let's face it.
Like, he lost enough. But oh, Foxy's character like only got away with the stun. Like,
Yeah. Lucky me.
yeah, lucky you.
Anyway, it's up to you guys. It's there if you want to read it.
Yeah, I am not enthusiastic about that rule personally, but that's just me.
But anyway, that's what about those are the extra rules. Beyond all that, though, I believe we can jump straight into tonight's game.
Yes.
I need the intro, and I don't have the intro up on my screen. Whoopsie. Quick second.
Do it! I mean, what?
What's this? Yeah, there we go. Okay then. So, if everybody's ready, it is the year 1650 during the First Era, though many will not call this yet. Our journey begins in a realm which has only recently found peace in the last 900 years. The Emperor Komamura and his dynasty, with the aid of 13 royal guards, has secured something many would thought unreachable. Though they have ruled this continent without ever being seen, the cogs turn and people are happy. However, even clocks slow down and halt, and darkness begins to rise in places left unchecked by those in power. We join with our new players on this stage. In the village of Kawa. This village is little more than a farming and small little mining place, and a stop for travellers heading either eastward, past the more towns and civilization towards the capital city of Yari, or westward, to the port town of Minato. It is here that there is a celebration taking place. A festival to the sun god Amaterasu. It's the height of summer. Tents and stalls are gathered in the village centre, where at the day's end a special feast is to be held in her honour. And it's at this point that we actually go around and meet our various players doing all their various little bits. So let's go down the list. In fact, actually, no, let's start the other way around. So let's start with our unknown one. So Foxy, if you'd like to introduce your character for us, please.
Yes, I would. And my character is, you see, like, very flowy maned Leonin, who is wearing, just a moment, just need to check. I believe it was, heavy armor, which is which is decorated with like insignias of rank and stuff like that. He also has 2 scimitars and light crossbow on his back. He looks around like, another kind feast with people enjoying themselves. And then he walks to this guy who is like has a rope, and he is like, oh, I think this is some sort of a test of strength thing.
Yeah,
am I right?
As you walk up, the gentleman manning this stall is a well-built half-elf.
Mhm.
Hang on, just maybe go for things out of the way to realise you guys at the bottom and my banner doesn't hide you anymore. Yeah, so a really well built half elf. He's got a bit of a mountain man beard on him, and he says to you that indeed this is a test of strength, my man. All you gotta do is just pull me over the line.
Okay. Sounds fair. What's the prize?
You just get to boast that you pulled someone.
Ah, that's fair. Let's do it.
Alright then. He grabs his end of the rope, you grab your end. Go ahead and make a strength check for me.
Here comes the first crit. He's just like, yeet! Ooh.
Can he beat a 13?
15.
Yeah, I know what I mean. I rolled a 13.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just curious if Foxy can beat it.
Oh, right. It was yours. How can I roll it? Because I clicked on the strength and it doesn't do anything?
I need to click on where actually the text of strength.
Oh, I see.
These are the official Roll20 sheets.
Oh, yeah.
16. And with that,
Whoa!
you give a heave and like he budges a little bit and he's like dragged forward, but you haven't quite beaten him yet.
Yep.
So go ahead and give me another strength check. And that's more like it. You see now that, his grip's starting to go and everything, so you plant your feet, you get your other hand involved, heave, and he's just launched clean across the line.
Yes.
Face hits the dirty ground, he stands up and brushes his face off and is like, well, that was a good pull.
Yes.
And he reaches
Thank
into his
you.
pocket and he flicks you a silver piece for beating him.
Ooh. Thank you. And, Relga. By the way, my name is Relgash. So, thank you for fair game on this thing you're running.
Oh, thank you. The name's Leaf. If you ever need some lumber in the future, give me a shout.
I shall.
I get him.
Have a great day.
I will do indeed. And with that, we leave Relgash from his game of tug of war over to a small little marketplace, where we see two more of our players, both doing various different tasks. So, Christy and Tash, if you'd like to introduce your characters, please.
Did you want to go first, Tash? Because I went first last week.
Actually, I think it would be easier if you went first because I have reasons and plans.
It's never a good idea.
All right, then.
Says that.
No.
Sir, jeez.
I love you, Tosh. In a platonic way, of course.
Yeah, platonically, of course. Love you.
Mm-hmm.
Continue, Christy.
That's all right. So we have doing some gambling because she was introduced last week, so she is already having a little tipple in the tents with a card game. Find the Queen, and this is Zoppa. She is a tiefling warlock, and she is orange. She is yellow with peach tail and hands, and with great big horns on the front of her head. And she is also carrying a crossbow and what looks like a very ornate lamp on her back with her backpack. So, she will be lots of fun. And I believe I was searching for the Queen, which I think I found.
Indeed. Last week you did win your game of Find the Lady. You have a very high perception.
Yeah. I do.
So,
I do indeed.
You were there doing that, and Shizuka, you were perusing the stall for items, if I recall.
Yes, Shizuka. Shizuka is like perusing the like stores for like items and things. She has a black bob with like sort of two bangs like on the side of her face, and she has like pointed ears, more or less like a high elf. She and her attire is reminiscent to the shrine maidens. Shinto shrine maidens garb. So it's the white gi type thing with red trim and red hakama pants and the like rope sandals things. And she's holding onto a satchel as well as and she's sort of like getting out a what appears to be like a kind of like a chalkboard or something along the lines. And as she's conversing with like the vendor, I say conversing, she's more or less writing everything down and sort of holding up her message without even saying a single word.
I would just like to add. Sorry. I don't know. You carry on.
I was going to say, I think she brought a lucky charm last week.
Indeed, you did.
And
buy a lucky charm.
The yellow tiefling who's playing, Find the Lady, had caught her eye. She's sort of like keeping an eye on her, but she's trying to like not make it obvious that she's actually looking at her.
I was just going to state, I never stated, but Zoppa is wearing clothing.
I think that's kind of implied.
She does indeed have a purple dress on, because I never stated that.
Yeah, remembering.
Tokens we're using, everyone is clothed.
Yes. Also remembering.
You're just going skyclad.
Yeah, you know.
Skyclad, that's what one does.
Yeah, remembering the House of Lady Favors from last season.
Well, yeah. I'm surprised she isn't like roaming around in just a tea towel.
Yeah.
That's right, it's distraction bonus to AC.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yes, that was all I was going to add, because I forgot to say. I said she was wearing a backpack. I didn't say she was wearing anything else.
But yeah.
Considering it's the height of summer, just a bikini. Not much else. Too hot for anything else. Anyway, being diverted here, over to a small bar where we find an interesting creature. And that would be Dom, if you'd like to introduce your character.
Oh yay! So sat over here with a very simple like tunic and shorts, not too far down because it's showing a little bit of feathery fluff and some claw feet. Sits a Kenku with a wizard cap a little bit too big for him, just sitting on the top bridge of his beak. Casually sitting up a chair with an ornate book on his side, just simply sitting at the bar, having a sip of some water. And as he's sipping the water, what you can hear is the book, also known as Timaeus, speaking out about Khan's antics as being, "Remind me again, Khan, how long did it take you just to order one glass of water?" "One glass of water?" I know, but how long did it take you? "How long?" That's what I'm asking you, Khan. Asking? Oh, God. I forgot I can't converse with you properly, can I? Properly? I mean, I know you're trying, Khan. I really do, but... Oh, God. It's going to be like this for the next millennium, isn't it? Next millennium! Oh, great.
I just told the perfect present now to send you, Dom. Send you a hand puppet, but it's a hand puppet of Khan.
Yes! Oh my god, yes! Oh god, I would rep that shit.
I thought I would get in touch with some people and see what I can conjure up. The void is vast, and we have people here.
Oh, that'd be adorable.
And last but no means least, Marie, if you'd like to introduce your character, as you are in the midst of sparring with a martial artist who is not Chuck Norris now, he has been changed.
Bruce Lee.
Actually, no, Donnie Yen.
Ah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Erin is. She's an elf. She's got pale skin, very faintly tinged with gray, dark gray, or dark, yeah. She's got black hair, black eyes. Just very simply. The only thing that really stands out about her is the double-bladed scimitar that she has. In contrast to her attire, the blades are honed very sharply. It is a very well taken care of weapon. And I want to say that it was old dude's turn to take a punch at her.
I can't remember where we were with that combat.
Roll for initiative.
Okay.
I suppose, yes, we will have to roll for some initiative.
Okay. I was going to say, I punched him last time and it knocked your internet out.
Yes.
Okay, why?
And initiative. Go dice. Also, for some reason, he should be on token layer, not on map layer. There we go. Right, so he has an initiative of 13 versus your 9. So he does get to go first. And much like last time, he is just going to attempt to grapple you. No, D&D Beyond, I did not want the actual athletics thing. I wanted you to roll an athletics check. So go out. Ooh, that's high.
Ooh.
So if you'd be so kind, roll me either an athletics or acrobatics check.
Oh, fuck me.
Oof.
Oh no, he has got you good. So we'll go to block like a left haymaker. You don't realise like his right arms come up underneath you, and like he's got you in sort of like a half sleeper hold. He's not like hurting you, but like the pressure you can feel he's exerting. It's like if he wanted to, he could snap you. Dare you give up, little princess?
Oh no. I'm having fun here.
Hey. Alright then, go ahead and give me another athletics or acrobatics check to break out. He's just going to keep the hold.
Oh, really? Oh.
Oh.
Wheaton dice curse, but I am going to do this. And then go, are you not entertained?
A few of the locals hear you cry that out and they look over. It's like, oh, this is good. And like now you start to get a crowd gathering. You can hear the sound of people taking bets on who's going to win. And obviously the rest of you guys all hear this commotion as well. With Zoppa and Shizuka, the last ones to hear.
Yep.
Relgash, of course, goes and goes to watch this event taking place.
As a bonus action, can I tickle him?
You could certainly try to tickle him.
What would that be? An arm strike?
Yeah, we'll say it's an unarmed strike.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Wow.
Curse.
Oh,
Hell.
Chat, don't forget, there are things you can do to this game using the XP rewards. I think Erin might need your help.
Oh my god. Okay, please let me get these out of the way where it doesn't matter.
As I realised, we've been talking about this, and of course, I haven't been on the main screen. Flicked it over so everyone can see the stats.
Okay.
Hey, there you go. Spoonie then's giving you a natural 20.
Aw,
yay.
thank you, Jen.
Oh,
Alright.
nice.
So you try to tickle him, you don't get much success on his turn. He is now actually going to try and hurt you. Like, in the hole, it's just like... Now, what you need to learn is, everybody, when you have the opponent like this, if you twist their shoulder ever so gently like so... does a 13 beat your AC?
Nope.
Ooh. So he's trying to, like, sort of arm wrench his shoulder, but you just managed to strain it back a little bit. What would you like to do on your turn?
Can I use that nat 20 on athletics?
You certainly can. So you break on out of there. Let me go to my thing here and just tick that off. No, it has been redeemed.
Oh.
What,
Yeah,
let's see.
you dig down, you manage to break out the hole, and he's just going, well, that's impressive. No one's broken out that one before, and he like finally cracks his knuckles and takes a more official stance.
Okay, that was my action, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use a key point and do patient defense.
A key point for patient defense. Interesting.
Well, I've never played a monk before. I want to get trying to get used to it in this neutral neutral setting, as it were.
Yeah, well, that was the whole point of this intro, so you guys could learn the strengths and weaknesses of your characters. All right then, so you get the dodge action. So I have disadvantage on attack rolls against you. To which he reaches behind his back, and he produces a short sword-like implement. So for the purposes of a stat block, it's still a short sword, but it doesn't do any real damage. It just does subdural damage.
Okay.
And to which he goes for a swing at you, telling you that defense isn't everything, and god dang it, disadvantage, I hate you so much.
Neither one of us would have hit anyway.
But anyway, goes to take a swing at you, you manage to sort of deflect it out of the way. Goes back around to you.
I would like to use my double-bladed scimitar and trip him. I want to sweep his feet underneath him. Or sweep him. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Go ahead and make an attack roll with your double-bladed scimitar.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Wow. Dice
Ouch.
curse.
I am going to do this, though. I'm going to pretend that was a feint and try and punch him.
Strats.
That's more like it. So you go to sweep under his feet, and as he jumps up in the air, you manage to swing out with your offhand. He is taken off guard, and you do manage to do 7 points of damage to him. But he staggers back and like, clever. Clearly know how to handle yourself in some sort of a fight, but let's see what happens if we take it up a scale.
Oh no.
Aaron just smiles.
Right, so he's going to make 2 short sword attacks on you. The first one, 23 to hit,
Oh, yeah.
Oof.
and 8 points of subdural damage.
Okay.
And then the second attack is a 19 for 5.
still standing, but not by much.
Yeah.
So
It's a total.
I'm going to play this. Yeah, I've got 2 hit points left. I'm going to use honor. I want to make an honor roll and see if I can figure out the best way to basically gracefully bow out, say good game, first round's on me, whatever. That was, very worthy adversary.
Go ahead and make an honor roll for me then.
Oh, come on, Wheaton Dice Curse, you can piss off. No.
Oh.
Not bad.
I'm going to insult.
Terrible. So
Try not to insult the guy, but I am going to nod my head to him and say that, and hold my hand out to shake or whatever the custom is, and say, excellent fight. First round of drinks is on me.
Okay, then, so he gives you those 2 quick cracks across the shoulder, and he goes for a third one over the top of your head, and he stops just short of making actual impact, like you feel the air with your hair out the way. He tells you that it was a good thing for you to yield just then. A second later, I might have knocked you unconscious. Flicks the blade back, holds your hand, and sort of pulls you to your feet. And says, I'll happily take you up on that drink. I warn you, I'm not that cheap. Still
She gives my wings.
undefeated, ladies and gentlemen. Still undefeated. And everyone starts complaining, and you can see some people are like, no, for goodness sake. And the one thing that comes to mind for me is in pop culture is the Last Samurai Kendo bit.
Oh,
The
yeah.
old guy's taking the bets, and it just ends to the draw, and all of them are surprised.
Well,
Aaron would like to go to the bar up here, grab a couple takers of ale, and bring one back. Bring one back to this guy.
Cool. He sits himself down, using the end of his sword as a lean-to. But the training stick he had as a lean-to, takes the drink from you. Toasts you and says, if you want to have more training, because it's clear you've had some, but your training's not finished. You need to,
No, I'm at what I call my journeying period.
Well, I hope your journeying goes well, and maybe you return to your master with more skill than when you left.
Then she raises her tankard and salutes him and takes a drink.
Likewise. So, anybody else want to do anything whilst all that was kicking off?
well, as Sir Elgash saw this, he was feeling pretty powerful because he won the tug of war. He could go to take his chances with this warrior.
Sopper would be sort of probably be able to hear it, I'm gonna guess. She's got pretty good perception.
Yeah, well, you
So
had
sort of
everything
turn
going down
around.
with Erin earlier, because the whole "Are you not entertained?" got everyone's attention. A couple of people it was almost the whole "Morpheus is funny, Neo" kind of
I'll
scramble.
literally sort of turn around and peek between not hiding between the tents, just literally turn around and stand there. So I'm watching through the tents but not getting any closer.
Okay, so you see the whole bout playing. Anybody else?
Yeah.
While, after Lysis will say, "Are you not entertained?" And then, like, I'll, like, turn around and, like, look at Aaron, and, like, say, "Are you not entertained?" And then, like, I'll, like, turn around and, like, look at Aaron, and, like, say, "Are you not entertained?" like Shizuka would have sort of looked, and as soon as she sees, well, she would have walked past like Khan and Eren. Well, I say past Khan, it's like as soon as she's locked eyes on Khan and Eren, it's like she's coming to a bit of a realization on something. And she's sort of like trying to keep an eye on like both of them, but trying to not make it obvious like she did with Zopper.
Okay, Alexa. And I suppose lastly that leaves Khan. What would you do at the call of "Are you not entertained"?
He would just turn around and just start clapping in his seat, going, "Entertained!" whilst you could just hear Tiberius going, "I don't understand what they find entertaining about the martial arts these days. Just remember, Khan, you're a magician now. You're not one of those lesser folk." Lesser folk? Yes, lesser folk. Martial arts are for those who don't have the time to read books. Reading books? Yes, which is one thing you should do more often. Open me up every once in a while. Open you up? Yes, that's what I am. I'm a book. Do you remember that, Khan? You are a book? Yes. Good job, Khan.
I love Khan so much, I don't want to hurt Khan now.
There you go, Khan's protected by plot armor! Way!
Hey.
That just means Khan's less likely to be hit in an AoE. Okay then. So then, that leads us to you, Relgash. So you come over.
Yes.
Is it? Oh god. Twitch chat.
And
Sorry, I
Oh,
got
God.
over a sort of
Yes! Anime
What
coming soon.
Yes!
just sort out the corner of my eye.
yeah.
Oh, you git. Anyway. So yes, Relgash,
Anyway.
you come over at the sound of not entertained. You see Eren get her butt thoroughly handed to her.
Yep.
And he stands there, still in his little ring, and, anybody else fancy a go? A little bit of training, perhaps?
Yeah, I'll take you up on that offer.
Well, come on in, Big Cat. Let's see what you can do.
Yes.
Although, if you're going to fight with blades, I'm going to have to fight with blades, and it could get messy.
Yeah, well, life gets messy sometimes.
Alright then, on your head, Beer. Go ahead and roll me an initiative, Relgash.
Yes. Oh, wow.
You have rolled.
Do you have the
poorly.
Wheaton Dice Curse too?
Yeah.
Alrighty then, let me just change up the music. Ba-da-ba-ba. And so it should split him in. So it should. Alright then. So let's move you there. You give the respectively bows and he draws 2 swords this time round.
Yes.
One is a long sword, sort of bokken, and the other is a short sword, and he stands with both at the ready and says, "Are you sure you want to do this? It's gonna hurt."
Not the first time. As you can see, I'm not a greenhorn.
Okay then. So he charges forward. An 8 on the long sword, I believe, misses you.
Yes, it misses.
And then with the short sword as a bonus action, a 21.
21 hits. It hits.
Fantastic. So you take a whopping 9 points of damage.
Ooh.
So you block the first one, but even though you're a dual wielder yourself, you don't recognise the threat of the short sword until it's too late. And you realise that, okay, whilst these are blades, they're blunted. They're like training swords.
Yeah.
And with that, it is now your go.
Yes. Well, first of all, he is going to roar dauntingly at him.
Oh, is this the Leosin's special ability?
Yes.
Haha, I need to remind myself of what that does. Oh, thank you.
There it is.
As a bonus action, you let out an especially menacing roar. Ooh. Succeed in a wisdom save or be frightened.
Ooh.
Well, he has no wisdom save, so it has to be his check. And that is, I believe, a fail.
I do believe so.
Fantastic. I forgot to upload the custom things that I have.
So the DC would have been 8, 10, 13.
Yeah, that is a fail from him. Rather natural
Yes.
8. So yeah, he is now
Yes.
afraid of you.
And now he is going to take. So remind me, how does two-weapon fighting work again?
So on your turn, you get an action for your main hand, which is
Okay.
rolled normally and everything else. Then, as a bonus action, you can do an offhand.
Okay.
Since you have, I believe you took the two-weapon fighting feat, so you get to add your.
Yes.
So, since you already used your bonus action to roar, if you could attack with your second weapon, you would do the attack normally, and then it would just be the straight damage dice and nothing else. But you got two weapons, so it'd be the damage dice plus your dexterity or strength, whatever it was you were swinging with.
Mm-hmm. So 2 attacks.
No, one attack, because you've already used your bonus
One
to
attack.
roll. Yeah, but
Yeah.
your main hand is always the same. That never changes. So we double check the frightened condition, because I can't remember if you get.
I believe the source, whilst the source of your fear is in your sight, you get disadvantage on your attack rolls against it. And I want to say that you can't make yourself get closer to the
Willingly
source.
get closer.
Yeah, willingly get closer to target.
I need to remind myself, I was like, did he get advantage if he was frightened? No. Yes, disadvantage, you do not gain advantage. So your 11 misses.
Damn.
Even though he's
Oh well.
terrified, he instinctively took like a half step back, so your blow just cut a bit shallow.
Yep.
But he does get to open up on you once again. So the first one with the longsword, an 8 misses.
Yes.
And the second one with his short sword is a 15.
That misses too.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So yeah, just panic flailing at you, just going, "Ah, get away, get away!" And it's
Well-
round to you again, Relgash.
Yes. And Relgash is going to use both of his scimitars this time around, so now it's 2 attacks.
Indeed.
1 and 2.
The
Dang
15
it.
hits, but the 8 misses.
Damn.
So I should sit there and like get the sword sort of just into the shoulder blade and everything else. He winces in pain, but manages to shrug off the second blow.
Mm-hmm.
And he's no longer frightened of you, because your roar only lasts until the end of your next turn.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes in full bore. Like you can see, like he grips both blades and like resets his stance. Goes in for the double. First one was a 19 to hit for 6, and the second a 16 for 5.
Well, 19 hits, so that's -6, and 16 meets.
It meets your AC, then it still hits.
Yeah.
So you'll take 5 points of piercing damage. And so at that point, he then, goes to a more open stance and says, I suggest that you yield at this point. You've done well.
Yes, I have. I say thank you for the training fight, and this was very nice practice. So, thank you, and may your blades stay honorable as they have so far.
He thanks you as well. He even gives you a tiny bit of advice, and don't almost like a teacher to student thing.
Yeah.
Over the next bit, so as you guys watch like this fight play out and everything else, a few more bits have been hushed about the crowd, and then he goes over to you, Rogash, and like you get more used to like fighting with 2 weapons. As he's taking quite the shine to you.
Yay.
Aww.
Yeah, we're still impressed with Eren as well, but Eren's more hand to hand, which he's not comfortable with. He's quite clearly a 2-weapon fighter. Alright then. And with that, anybody else would like to do anything? Also, your hit points go back up to 4, Rogesh. It's not like it was actually physical damage, it was subdural damage.
Yes.
Same with me.
Yep, same with you as well.
Okay.
So it wasn't actually causing any physical harm. Like you got bruises and it's a bit sore and tender in places, but you're fine otherwise.
That was fun. She's willing to do it again.
And he says that's probably enough for me today. I'm not as spry as I used to be in my younger days. But in any case, you guys have a nice fair time throughout the rest of the fair for the afternoon.
Yes.
Yes, I'm just thinking of my next plan of movement.
Yeah, well, there's a few things going on. There's
So
like archery range where people are having a go at shooting the target. You've got the bar, you've got a fortune teller, and all sorts of odd things going on.
Alright, well, I'll go and grab a drink and see if I can get any cheaper. Where the bar is. Just wander around.
Yeah.
Bar's down here, isn't it?
Yes.
Are there funnel cakes and corn dogs?
Not really. More like rice balls and.
Will I bump into Calm on
you
the
can-
way? Or?
Yeah, you guys can do however you want to do things.
Well, I'll come over to the bar anyway. And I'll ask for some sort of, well, I suppose you'd have wine, would you, in this universe? Like a wine grapey kind of thing? Or would it be sake?
The alcoholic stuff would be straight up sake.
Sake. Well, I will ask for that and I will see if I can get it any cheaper because I only won 1 coin on the Find the Lady.
Go ahead and make a charisma check for me. And you sit there and flutter your eyelids and try and get it a bit cheaper.
Was that I didn't
that
need
was-
to do save, did I?
No, it was a check.
Brian,
Yes.
I don't know if it's just me, but my Twitch stream died.
I
Like
think
the
it might just be
video.
you.
Okay, good.
You.
The main, the backup,
Fine.
the backup of the backup are all still running just fine.
Oh, good.
It did not work.
No,
Did not work
she's
very
not
much.
impressed. She tells you that it's the same price as anyone else. It for a small cup, it is a mere 5 silver.
I don't know whether I have any money.
You should do. You should have got some from your
I
starting
think I've
kit.
got 5 gold.
Yeah,
You guys want to hear a funny?
go on.
When I refreshed that page,
Mhm.
what did I see but a trailer for Cobra Kai?
I haven't watched Cobra Kai yet.
I
really
have
should.
no gold written down.
I am 99.9% certain there should be some. I believe you had 10.
Possibly.
Yeah, 10
I am
was at the
empty
end
on my
of the
sheet.
No, you have 5 gold actually.
5.
Yeah.
Well, I'll reluctantly hand over some silver then. How much was it? Was it 5 silver?
Indeed.
There we go.
Okay, so she takes the silver, she pulls out a fine sort of glass bottle with a sake label on it. And she concentrates for a second, and you can swear like her hands begin to glow a very dim orange. And then she pours you out a small cup and hands it to you. You have a nice warm cup of sake.
Thank you very much. And I will down it in one.
Fantastic. It is a very nice sake. It's nicely balanced. It's not too vinegary, it's not too sweet.
Excellent.
Yeah, knock it back and it's all
Yes.
fine and dandy. So Shizuka, you go over to the fortune teller.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
You go into one of the small tents. It's very dimly lit in here, and it's very atmospheric smoke going about the place. And you can see a small crystal ball, and haunched over it is an old crone. Come in, young one. Are you here to have your fortune told?
Shizuka brings out the chalkboard and writes on it. Yes, I'd like to have a glimpse into what the future may hold for me. Again, without saying anything, she just writes it down.
She looks over at the chalkboard, and you can even see she put on those comic glasses to make her eyes absolutely huge compared to the rest of her face. Oh, I see. Okay. I'll have a seat, and it'll only cost you a couple of silver to appease the spirits.
Okay. I will give her 2. I'm guessing 2 silver.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I hand 2 silver to her.
She drops it in a small dish, and you hear it clink along with some other change that's sat in there, and she begins to mumble incoherently. And, the crystal ball begins to glow faintly and everything else. And she makes her eyes glow and then says, I see you going on a journey. I see companions, I see adventure. I see not much beyond that. And the whole thing ends, and she sits there, slaps the crystal ball and goes, well, there you go, no refunds.
Shizuka Yeah, she'll just politely write, thank you. Yeah, pleasure. It was a pleasure to hear your insight.
You're most welcome, child.
And then she'll head off and find the interesting characters that had intrigued her throughout the whole fun, fatey celebration session thing.
That's fair. So, Erin and Relgash, what would you guys like to do? Topper's coming.
Relgash could go to the bar and take a glass of sake.
Okay, likewise for you, it is 5 silver, and you get this small little saucer-style cup.
Yes.
And it's a nice
So
warm
5
sake.
silver is like half a gold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it helps knock out 1 gold from your sheet and add 5 silver.
Yes.
Oh god, I'm curious what you have sent in the Facebook chat.
Oh, it's from Yonderland. It's basically the Oracle from Yonderland, and it's the exact same as what you just did with Tash. So you will have to watch it later.
I was thinking more the Disney's animated Robin Hood.
Yeah, no, literally what you described was the Yonderland crone that she goes to visit.
Yeah. Alright then. So yeah, you go get yourself a glass of sake. Erin, what would you like to do?
She's just gonna kind of wander around, just seeing everything that there is to see, hoping to find some corn dogs and funnel cakes.
You wander around, there are no signs of corn dogs and funnel cake.
She sadly wanders around, and then eventually winds up at the bar.
It's just rice balls and mochi. And Khan, what would you like to do as you've moved away from the bar?
So Khan's just going to be with his court staff, using it as like a casual stick, just strolling around the place. Just Tiberius, like, just consistently coming out with how he just thinks like fairs of this kind are just completely irrelevant. He doesn't quite understand why they do them. Even coming out with lines such as "Fairs and carnivals, Khan. I can't quite understand it myself. Yet again, I was a recluse for many years. Recluse for many years? Oh, you were as well, were you? Were you? Oh, never mind." Khan would, however, be interested. Like he kind of walks up to the archery bit, looking at the bows, just kind of intrigued, as Khan is. Question though, is there a crossbow option on the table?
No, there is only a longbow and a short bow.
Okay.
You can see a couple of kids have been like taught how to use a short bow, and they're like really impressed that they can hit a target from this far away.
Okay, because he's he's looking at these bows because he's seen crossbows before, and he's fired an odd crossbow with his flock, but he's never really fired like a proper string back bow. And he's just looking at it all intrigued, while Tiberius is like, "Khan, are you really staring at that bow so much? Staring at the bow?"
Oh yes, I can see that you're staring at the bow. Would you care to take a shot, young Kinku? You look like you have a good eye about you.
Take a shot. Good eye about me.
Well, there we go. A couple of silver pieces. See if you can hit the bullseye. If you hit the bullseye, you get your money back.
So he flips around to the table, gives the nice man a couple of bits of silver. He's like, he kind of like, he puts his stick to one side, And then just kind of he straddles the bow a little bit, and then he's just thinking how it all works. Even accidentally putting the bow over his head at one point.
And the guy
And then
laughs.
Tiberius like, "Khan, let me guide you through this. Okay, just put it in front of you. In front of me. That's right.
There you go, like that. And like, obviously, the guy can't hear the book, but he's going through the same motions. He guides you up to this first mark, and then
Okay.
like walks you through the basics of like loading the bow, pulling the string, taking aim, and firing. So if you can go ahead,
Okay.
and are you proficient with short bows as a wizard? I don't think you are.
No. That's why I asked about crossbows, because he's proficient with crossbows, but not actual bows.
In which case, then go ahead and just give me a straight dexterity check.
Right, let's do this, Khan. Friggin' up. Yes.
You loose the bow, and it like sails through the air and bullseye. And even the guy on the sound's like, "Oh, that's pretty impressive." Reaches into his pocket,
Pretty impressive.
pulls out the 2 silver you gave him plus another 2, and hands it to you, and goes, I think you've heard that, little Kanku. You best run along before the kids start getting jealous."
And so he just puts the money in like his tunic pocket, looking really smug about himself, and just looks at the guy, just goes, "Jealous," and just strolls off.
Yes, very jealous.
Yeah, why you just have Tiberius speaking to him, just going, "Oh, that's a darn good shot there, Khan. Remind me never to get on the wrong side of you when you have a bow in your hands." "Bow in my hands?" "Well, you don't have one in your hands right now, do you?" "Right now?" No, Khan. No, you don't need one right now. Right now? No!
Oh, God, you're going to be so good.
Yeah.
So, as the things roll into the afternoon, you all go about your various things. You all notice each other milling about the fairs. You're, in the grand scheme of things, not necessarily sore thumbs, but a couple of you do stick out amongst the crowd. Either because of height or because of hats. And as the festivities begin to move from the carnival affair to a nice evening feast for the local villagers and people that have wandered through, a few of the children then come running up to the camp, screaming for help, and the tiny lizard people are attacking. We need help. They're vicious. But starting to raid the storeroom.
Apparently, do the calls. And Relgash heads off to help the guard and villagers who are fighting.
Well, this is where things get rather embarrassing, as the guy that's been like sword fighting and sparring with you, with Relgash and Erin, like puts down the wooden swords. He calls to the barkeep for his blades, who launches it at them, and he catches them and he says, "Anybody who's willing to fight, follow me. We've got to deal with these little sods once and for all." And he needs to rush off.
As soon as she sees Relgash like sort of run away, she sort of follows him, sort of like, can't take my eyes off him, can't take my eyes off him. Oh man, Marie has to go.
Yeah, sorry, I gotta go.
No worry.
No.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, you take care.
You
See
too.
you soon.
See you next time, Marie. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, doesn't ruin the church overlay. Yeet.
Okay, so
Okay.
so going in this direction.
Indeed, going upwards. I actually have a separate map for you all. So who's going to rush over there and help out?
I am.
Relgash?
I will take a look. See.
Yes.
You just have Tiberius speaking to Khan at this point, going, "Khan, this is the perfect opportunity we've been waiting for. A chance to test your magical powers once and for all. Magical prowess? Yes, that's what we've been training for this whole time, Khan. Don't battle with me, just follow them. Follow them! Yes!
And this totally wasn't a planned adventure to bring the party together because we were literally all avoiding one another.
I believe the term is convenient happenstance.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a convenient happenstance. As you guys follow the fighting trainer and everything else, he points you all towards the storehouse. You can see it's like a lone building out by itself in the middle of the field. And he says to all of you, you guys check that building, make sure that there's no one left inside. If there is anyone, you have my authorization to kill them. I'm going to make sure there's no more in the fields.
Okay.
And he takes off of the fields. And as you guys make your way to the storehouse, you can see outside there is a wagon with various carts and boxes being loaded. And it is being loaded by 2 small lizard creatures, as it were. The 2 by the cart themselves, you notice they have like leather cloaks around them, and they've got ridges that run sort of down the back and everything else. And they seem to be speaking in a language I don't think any of you understand. Who here can speak Draconic?
I think I do.
I don't know whether I do or not.
Hang on.
Language.
Let me
Okay.
do the thing.
No, not me.
And
Yes, I do.
I know some random ones again.
You know, Common, Elvish, Infernal, and Sylvan.
Yeah. Let's bring it up.
I only know Common and Leonin.
Indeed. Yeah, you be fighter, not the smart kind.
Yeah.
You know how to talk through fist.
Yes.
Okay then.
She
So,
is fluffy.
so Shizuka, you know what these guys are saying. Even if the rest cannot. They are talking to each other in this like high-pitched sort of yapping barks. And to you it translates to basically, grab stuff, go, quick! Fighting man will kill us.
Shizuka's gonna try and convey this by sort of taking
Aggressive sign language.
Yeah, she's gonna try and use aggressive sign language to pretty much sign that they're stealing things from the storehouse, and something about fighty man would kill them. Do I need to do a check for that, or?
No. You can relay that to the others. It's a question of whether or not they notice you aggressively signing.
I guess I would have to sort of. I guess I'll have to tap like at least one of. I guess I'll have to like. I don't know, tap. Since Ralgash is nearest, like tap him on the shoulder, and she'll aggressively sign language like they're stealing the stuff from the storehouse, and something about fighting man would kill them.
Fighting man would kill them, but there is also they are looting. So Relgash relays this information to people around him, best as he could, and he goes like, "Okay, let's go check the warehouse and let's take care of this nuisance."
Take care of a nuisance.
What's going on?
Shizuka will tap Relgash on the shoulder again, and she'll sign something along the lines of, "We should probably be cautious in case there's more of them inside."
Relgash nods and says, "Of course, we need to be careful."
Okay.
Everybody Be ready and careful. There might be more of them.
Alright then. Is at that point the two kobolds up front spot you all and they scream, pretty much like panics. I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiatives for me.
Heck yeah!
To need Erin's sheet out. That does tend to help.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Oh wow.
The
Way to
dice
go,
cursor
Carl.
here has passed on to me.
Nice.
So, who's missing off my list? Soppa and Relgesh. Soppa's going on a 20, Relgesh on an 18. No, it's already on there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Khan's missing.
Oh, sorry.
That's right.
I clicked it and it came over and over my end, and then I just read the message that said this was not sent through. Oh.
Yeah, because
Again.
you need to select your tokens, otherwise it goes. I don't know what initiative
There you
it's
go.
tied to. There you go. Okay then, and sort in descending order. So Shizuka, you get to go first.
Oh boy! So. Okay. I think Shizuka's first move of the night is going to be. So she goes into like her like sachet thing, and she brings out what appears to be a demon like mask, but it's like made out of paper. And she sort of like, and you watch as like this demon mask kind of floats towards the kobold standing in front of the cart, and this demon like mask thing kind of growls one word: freeze. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Not a wisdom save. They're not very good at these. That would be a 16.
I think that passes. Shit. Yeah, I think that's a pass. Yeah, that's a pass, so that beats the DC.
Oh dear. Okay, so the mask says freeze, folds away into a dust, I assume.
Yeah.
Garrett.
So-
None of these kobolds are named Gary. This one's named Kevin. It's alliteration. Is Kevin the kobold?
That's what we call our kites around here that come around. We have Kevin the kite.
Kevin the Kite. Nice.
Kitey.
Nice.
We do have one around here, and since like once I've used bones and that for stock on food, it literally like will swoop down and take the bones right off the table. But
Oh, I know. We have about 10 or 11 in our garden at one time. People are like, oh my god, it's so amazing. It's just like, they're just like sparrows to us. Oh god. They're just there.
We've only got like one breeding pair around here, and we only know they're about because they make a lot of noise, and like all the other birds are silent.
I think the most we've counted in the sky has been about 22 at like one point. Flying over.
Alright, so the two winged
Amazing.
ones will fly a bit closer. And I do mean fly.
Ooh.
And they will hold position there and take the dodge action. So any attack rolls against these guys are now at disadvantage. Which now brings us to Zoppa.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you like to do for your turn?
Sorry, I had a mouthful. How far am I away? I
You're
am
30 feet from one, 35 feet from the other.
See, what can I do from... I should be able to do that from that far away.
Indeed, you can do a witch bolt. And a 22 is going to hit. Which one do you witch bolt?
The one that's 35 away, if it covers it.
Oh, yes, it does.
I'm unsure yet. Unsure yet of what everything does. Oh no, it only says 30 feet, not 35 feet.
Yeah. So no, he would be
Yeah,
fine.
so
Well, it's 30 feet away. Dies horrifically.
I'll do the
from
30
lightning.
feet.
Okay.
Oh dear.
I'll swap these two over. There we go. So the one that was 30 feet away dies in a horrific bolt of lightning.
Hmm.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, indeed. Even on the 22, he's not going to dodge that.
Hmm.
So you move 5 feet,
I
you
didn't
cast
mean
your
to
spell.
hurt him.
Well, he was a vicious shooting kobold.
Indeed.
But yes, he has fallen. Anything else you'd like to do for your turn? You've only moved 5 feet. You can move another 25 if you so wish.
No, not that I can think of.
Okay, dokes, that brings
I
us
will
round
say
to...
where I am.
That's right then, that brings us round to Khan and Railgash.
Yes. Do you want to go first?
I can do. I've got an idea.
Yep. Go ahead.
So is the one that was shot by Christie actually dead, or is he just like gone from
Oh.
flying to being on the ground?
Dead.
Oh, proper dead. Okay.
Yes, he was flying like an inch off the ground, got hit by a bolt of lightning, and earthed himself.
Okay. Fair. If that's the case, there's only one other logical opponent to go for. Let me see. I just do. I check that. Oh yeah. Giant F off range. That's what I like out of a spell. I'm just gonna casually stand back a little bit and gonna whip out Tiberius into my hand. Start like channeling Tiberius to start incantating some bits and fire against the other flying dude. A firebolt.
Okay, a 17 still hits his AC, and he too falls.
Sweet.
There we go, I should really keep to my standard of crossing out when they die.
Yes.
So he looks over as you duck away, like holds up his dagger instinctively to block, but of course, a firebolt is like trying to block an RPG. It's just going to end badly. So he takes the 8 points of fire damage and falls flat on his face, which brings us now to Relgash.
Relgash isn't so keen on like looting, like because he is an honorable person, but he does try to move all the way. Wait, just a moment. So there. There. And he is leading the charge for the for this storage room.
Okie dokes. So you get a bit closer to the storage room. Don't do anything else for your turn?
There really isn't much to do.
That's fine. 5, 10, 15. 5, 10, 15. 5, 10, 15. What's the speed of a kobold these days? Oh, 30. So these two are going to rush forward to you as 3 more emerge.
Mhm.
What's going to hang back? These 2 are going to attack you.
Okay.
And just so you know, kobolds have this nasty thing called pack tactics.
Damn it.
Here we go.
So, first one to go for a stab, a 14, I believe misses.
A miss.
And the second one, a 12.
And that's a miss.
So yeah, they both come rushing out, just brandishing daggers and go for a stab. You just instinctively just hold your swords up and catch them. And there's a look of panic across their face. It's like, yeah, this was a dumb idea. And meanwhile, in a space you cannot see. Okay, and with that, now that brings us to Erin's go. And she is not one to sit out of a fight. So she is... How fast can she move? Oh, she can do 40. So she can get to there. And she's going to take out the kobold in front of her. Using that very fancy double-bladed scimitar.
Nice.
And with one swift acrobatic motion, she like tumbles through the air and then swings it over her back. And like she described, like this thing looks amazing.
Yes.
Form of a crane.
Mhm.
But yeah, she manages to land a halfway decent blow. Do you know what? Only because we can. And I'm sure she would appreciate it. Gonna spend a key point and do an unarmed strike against this guy at the top. In the words of Beauregard, pop pop.
Damn.
And with that takes out the second one. So the first one, like, she slashes like a good chunk of the neck out, and it falls to the floor bleeding. The other one, like, it's a solid kick across the head, and you just hear that uncomfortable click of a broken neck.
Yep. Yes.
As the body goes limp, and then like you hear more of these kobold voices coming from inside the building. Is like, well, there's just reports like, "Oh my god, they have a monk! Run, run, run!" And with that, brings us to Shizuka's go.
Okay, so she's just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can she see the last kobold at the door there?
You can do indeed, yes.
Okay. She is going to bring out some origami bells, and as she sort of throws them up in the air, the bells start ringing in a deafening kind of dong sort of tone, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please. I think it's a wisdom saving throw.
It is indeed foretold it, and that is a fail.
Yeah, so, well, take 2 necrotic damage as she only can't... Well, as they have not been injured yet.
Indeed.
So
The bells begin to toll, and this one couple like huddles and keeps the dagger close. It sounds like it's terrified something bad's about to happen.
Yeah.
After that, it is Zopper, as I have no more winged kobolds.
I'm back again. Okay.
Yay.
What? Is there any more kobolds to Zappy Zappy?
There is one more further down the range.
I think
from
I
where
can
you are,
move
a good
forward a little
55
bit, can't
feet.
I? But I can move forward a little bit.
Indeed.
It's at 35.
It's now 35 feet out your range.
If I do that. And do some Zappy Zappy.
And a 12 exactly hits this kobold. So you let loose another witch bolt. It flings round past Erin and Ragash and catches this one, using like the dagger as a focusing point. It just sits there, like looks at the dagger, like what? As it keels over from a sudden case of electric shock. And now all of you can hear like the sounds of panicky, screaming kobolds coming from inside the storehouse. So if they were spooked by Erin, they've now just been double spooked by Zopper. And this leads us now to Khan and Relgish.
Yes. Well, Relgash hears this commotion from inside, and he is looking towards this little Kenku. That's what he is doing.
So, Khan... Gonna move up to here. And then Then he's thinking... with Tiberius speaking in his head, going, "Now come on, Khan. Think of what would be the best magical option in this case. Probably more kobolds on the inside of this building. Kobolds dead on the outside. What would you do? I've taught you. I've got all the information here if you need it. I believe in you." Just goes, "Believe!" And he just like has a eureka moment as he just flicks through Timaeus, channels a couple of things, and casts a minor illusion on the door.
Okay, what illusion are you casting?
It is the minor illusion of an urgent door knock.
Okay then. So, so they need to make an intelligence DC. Well, there is no investigation, which is a straight up intelligence, and they are stupid. So, what's your spell save DC?
It is 13.
A 14. They are fully aware that your knock is false.
Oh, damn it. Bloody hell. Must be the one smart Lizzie person.
I rolled really well. Natural 15 minus 1. I
Wow.
got lucky.
Very good. Very good.
So with that in mind, that does leave us to Relgish.
Yes. Relgash is going to burst forward, and as he is the door open or closed?
The door is in fact open.
He is going to dauntingly roar that they stay where they are, that they cannot escape through the door.
Okay then. Well, you've already used your daunting roar once in your short rest.
Oh, okay.
But go ahead and make an intimidation check for me with advantage. As you are bigger and scarier than they are.
Yes. Wait a minute. How do I turn on advantage on this sheet?
So along the top of the sheet, there will be a series of buttons. So it'll be like public to GM, and then the next three will be advantage, normal, and disadvantage.
No.
Really?
No?
Interesting. Let me see what I can do. Should be able to. Oh, that's why your roll queries are always doing with advantage. If I do that, now you can see it.
Yeah.
So there you go. So now you can click on advantage and then click on your intimidation.
Intimidation.
Wow, 17. I don't think I can beat that unless I roll really well.
Damn it!
Damn.
They're certainly more frightened now. They're like, their daggers now are certainly like shaking in their hand. Like you can hear the sound of like the metal shaking.
Well,
really shoddy made daggers. And just like, don't come in, don't come in. Stab you.
well, Relgash is going to step in and slash with his scimitars.
Go for it.
So twice.
Indeed.
Now. Yes. Oh wow.
Ooh, natural one.
Oh yeah.
That second one though, that does land. So your first one misses and goes over the top, and the second one just comes straight down on top of his head, and it sticks a good like third of the way into the skull. And you actually have to like force it out.
Yeah. Basically, like if you can if you can imagine this, like Relgash sinks the blade into the skull of this kobold and then just kicks it off after.
Oh, yes. Tis a bloody sight. Meanwhile, though, there's not so many kobold, with all his buddies dead. Well, this is where things get awkward. He is going to try and push past you. He's probably not going to succeed. Go ahead and make a strength check for me.
Okay.
Natural 20. I might succeed.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Damn.
So as you kick the other kobold away and like pull the blade back, in that moment of you being unbalanced, this little kobold pushes past you and begins to bolt.
And
5,
at that point
10, 15. You do get attack of opportunity.
yes. And Relgash yells at the same time that don't let it escape.
Oh.
That's pretty good.
Well, he ain't escaping.
Yeah.
You slash him hard across the back. There is now like a deep gash, and like you can see parts of the spine and other more meatier bits from the back of this kobold, and he just falls down mid-stride. But you guys have successfully.
And that is why I have Gash in my name.
That is really good, actually. But with
Yes.
that, you guys have managed to wrap up this quick little bit of combat. All the kobolds are defeated, and you've managed to defend the storehouse. What else would you
Yes.
like to do?
At this point, Relgash is going to go and just say, as he is still holding on to his scimitars, he is going to put one up in the air and another horizontally along his waist, and bows down. Relgash, at your service.
All right. What about everybody else?
I take it we're all introducing to each other now.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of.
Why? Well, there we go.
Well, I'm not gonna give away everything. One of you lot speak first.
Well, one of you can't speak.
I could just imagine Relgash saying that and then just can't just being at your service.
Thank you.
Yeah, I haven't heard you say a word, and I'll point at Tash's character.
I think.
And your bird says everything.
I think Tash went AFK.
Oh, I only just realised I was mute. Well, first of all, Shizuka would get like the chalkboard out and write her name. Like, my name is Shizuka. And upon the comment of Zopper, like saying, "Oh, I haven't heard you like say anything," she looks a little self-conscious. But like she'll investigate the cart.
Okay.
At that point, Relgash says that, don't take it personally, but I believe. Wait a minute. Is Shizuka a woman or a man?
She's female.
Okay. So I believe
Woman.
she cannot talk, being that when this whole thing started, she sort of gave me like hand gestures, so I could understand what she meant.
She sort of nods to that notion that yes, that as in saying, yeah, you're correct. But then she'll focus on like seeing if there's any clues as to why on earth, any sort of clues as to who could possibly have sent these kobolds to do the do if they were sent to do the do.
Dooby-dooby-doo.
Do.
Okay. So you're looking over the carts, the cart, singular. There are a whole load of boxes and crates, mostly filled with foodstuffs. Like bags of rice, fruit, and all sorts of things. Obviously, the summer harvest that they've been collecting here in the village, they've been stealing.
Would I know if kobolds are smart enough to like be able to acquire like a cart as big as the one they had?
Make an intelligence check for me.
Okay, decent.
17's not bad. Not necessarily. I mean, if they've got themselves established somewhere, probably, if they bartered for it, but considering these guys were stealing food, odds are they stole the cart.
Shizuka would relay this to the others, as well as not to be offensive to certain living creatures, but kobolds aren't usually this organized, especially with this cart. How is this possible?
Mm. I get what you mean. It's a bit more of a master plan than what these guys would have come up with.
Is it worth doing anything along the lines of like maybe even an Arcana check or anything on the dead kobolds to see if there's any like magic residue at all? If that's even a thing.
What are you looking for specifically with your Arcana check?
Any sign that they might have like mentally amplified or like magically amplified to be able to pull off certain stunts where kobolds aren't normally seen to be as proficient in?
Oh, I see what you mean. Go ahead and make the Arcana check, although you're fairly comfortable in knowing that they're not ones for magic. Yeah, so as far as you can tell, going over their bodies and everything else, the only magic that's been done is by you and Zoffa.
Yeah. Fair enough.
There's a tiny bit from Shizuka's command still, like on the face of one, where it's got like this horrified look. But otherwise, yeah, these seem to be just regular, everyday kobolds. They just seem to be doing a hit and run. They just got unlucky and got caught.
Fair enough.
Although Aaron is, for you guys, can make a perception check. And roll really badly, so it appears Aaron is weak and dice cursed.
Apparently, yes.
Okay, perception.
Wow.
Let's go.
You're doing perception.
Indeed, if you would like to roll a perception check.
I perceive pretty much nothing.
Indeed,
Yeah,
you see
same.
so little.
It's the hat. It's in the way of my eye, so I have to keep putting it up all the time.
The
Yeah.
funny thing is, though, like, on Hero Forge, that model itself, it's fine, normally. It's just the hat literally starts at that level of, it's just on your head, and I can't do anything to fix it.
It actually works perfectly.
Yeah.
Uh,
Right, so Shizuka, you're the only one that notices this. You can see the footprints and the cart track. They lead off this way towards the edge of this battle map. They keep on going in a sort of easterly direction.
and Shizuka will like tap on the cart to get everyone's attention before pointing to the ground where the tracks are.
Yeah, and Aaron looks at you, looks at the track, is like, yeah, and tracks.
And then
they
she's-
stole a car to get here. What's your point?
And like she like sort of she sort of like walks a little further, like as if gesturing everyone that we should probably follow them.
I got this image in my head now of like Aaron being completely plain face, like, and your point being, you just like storming and like using your fan to point.
Yeah, more or less. Like point,
Relish just follows and almost mumbles like, well, that is a good idea, so let's try to figure out where they came from.
Yeah, and I'm gonna stop walking away. Yeah, so yeah, gonna start walking
Okay, then.
track like the sleuth that we are.
You make your way.
Making your way downtown.
Hoping you guys would say that.
It.
You're all terrible people.
I think you'll find that we are the best people.
So, out of curiosity, what's the marching order?
Well, Relgash is following Shizuka pretty tightly behind.
Yep.
I'll probably follow behind Relgash. Just being curious and following on with my quarterstaff as a stick.
Okie dokes. Interesting. So hopefully this will work. I don't know how much of this you guys can see. I apologise, Dash, if this really starts lagging for you. If it does, let me know.
Is lagging very bad. Is lagging very badly for me.
Okay, give me one quick sec then. Let me just hide everything on this map. And then edit dynamic lighting off. Ah, no, you guys can still see. I don't want you guys to see.
Don't worry, I've sort of dragged like my thing all the way at the bottom of the page, so I didn't see anything.
Yep, that's fine. I'll just go do it that way. There we go.
I totally didn't count all 32 kobolds there. Nope. I mean, what?
No, you didn't. So you follow these cart tracks for a little ways, probably a good hour and a half or so, up into the hills. And you come across this area right here, so hopefully that'll pull your camera visions down.
Yeah.
And you can see up ahead
Yes.
there is a gash in the hillside and a sign either side of it just saying, you know, that this is an active mine and that any civilians and children should stay away. It is dangerous here.
No.
At this point, Relgash actually quickly steps in front of Shizuka and goes like, okay, because it says like no civilians allowed, basically, we could go and I could be leading because we are exploring and researching where the card came from.
And yeah, Shizuka would nod her head, agreeing to this.
Erin will also agree, and she'll hug the side of the hillside.
Khan will be nodding his head, going, "Explore where the car came from."
Mm-hmm.
Alright then, Relgash, make your move.
And Relgash starts to move towards here.
Ooh. As you get to there,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to reveal that little strip there-ish and about there, because that's the best you can see. Alright. I need to roll these with advantage.
Oh, do you now?
Indeed, no, it's always rolling with advantage, so that's fine. So, deux, trois. So, a 22, a 23, and a 15.
Youch.
First one and second one hit, and the last one misses.
Okay then. So as you step around the corner, you get like this feeling of being watched. And as you like say those next couple of cautious steps, you are just pelted with slingshots. Take 8 points of bludgeoning damage as like 2 shots will ricochet, like smack you square in the face,
Mm-hmm.
and cause you to stagger a little bit. And the third one flies wide. I would like everyone to roll me an initiative. There's no combat, but it's just easy if you guys are organized in some respect, as
Yeah.
there are dangers. And that's irritating. It's not replacing rolls. So that Suffer needs to go. That Khan needs to go. That Railgash needs to go. Era needs to go. So Era can roll her initiative properly. Hey. Who am I missing off my list? Zopper. I deleted 2 mini Zoppers. Alright then. So Khan, you get to act first.
Ooh.
Night Spoonie.
Night Spoonie.
Night Spawn.
Thank you for watching us be absolute chaotic forces of awesomeness.
And Merry Christmas.
Yes,
Merry
Merry
Yes,
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bah humbug.
Happy holidays.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's have a butcher's. No, we can't.
Well, whilst you're
We can't.
working out what to do, Khan, Railgash and Suzuka, go ahead and make perception checks for me as well.
Okay.
Well, this might actually help.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
An 8's not great.
Ooh.
But Railgash gets it on a 22. So after that pelting
Right.
Railgash, like you focus a bit more, and like right down here on this wall, you can see 3 very thin slits being like carved in,
Mm-hmm.
and just through you can make out 3 sneaky little kobolds. On the other side of the wall.
Yes.
You can see like they're
Well,
readying
gosh.
up another round of pelt fire.
Yeah. Relgash is going to signal people that be careful. There are going to be some slingshots coming again. And yeah, let's just be careful. There are kobolds there. 3 of them.
I don't know. So, Khan, as you were.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with my first plan. Since I'm going to be guessing, obviously Khan hasn't seen what's been happening. He's going to just believe, well, this must be a band of kobolds. And so Khan's just uttering, Tiberius is uttering over to Khan, going through the many ideas he could be doing. Just go, Khan, a fantastic idea has just come into my head. Fantastic idea? Yeah. Yes, exactly. Listen to me very carefully. And it's like as if they're having a tiny one-to-one. And Khan, you're just on the outside, Khan's just opening his book as if he's listening to it, not really reading it. Just nods his head and casts Disguise Self.
Interesting. I'm guessing you disguise yourself as a kobold.
Yes.
Okay. So you change yourself into a kobold, and you feel that you may pass for a kobold.
Yes. And I will then. I would then kind of stand behind Tash, sorry, what was your character's name again? I need to get used to
Shizuka.
it. Suzuka,
Shizuka.
thank you. I need to remember everyone's new names again. I will stand behind Suzuka with it's a little bit big and weird, but he'll have his quarterstaff out as if prodding Suzuka in the back to make the kobolds that are firing at us look as if one of their kobold buddies has flanked them from behind and is subtly helping them out when in fact he's just there to, well, faking it.
Oh boy. Yeah, carry on. I'm like thinking. I'll see what to do when it's my turn.
Okay, so that's all you're doing for your turn then, Con.
Yeah, and he tries to make it obvious to the other kobolds, but he's there going, yeah, trying to put on his best kobold impression.
Okay, well, everyone will move up and be like, okay, what's the bird thing doing? Do we actually have a plan? I don't feel like we have a plan.
Oh yeah. Could I sign to Aaron? Actually, I'm like thinking, would Shizuka understand what Khan is trying? I want to say she does, but I mean,
Make an insight check.
okay.
Oh,
Maybe the
Okay.
highest DC in the world.
Okay. 18.
Yeah, you're quite comfortable that Khan knows what he's doing. He
I will
clearly has a plan. Just play along.
I will sort of sign to Aaron as if to say, play along. Khan seems to know what he's doing, or like the small bird seems to know what he's doing. I don't know whether he's introduced himself or whatever, but
That's fine. So Aaron's just going to hang back and make a stealth check. Which happens is to your go, Shizuka.
okay. Seeing as she realizes Khan is being a very crafty bird, she's going to sort of sign to Ralgash,
Mhm.
and as if she's saying, Khan seems to have a plan. Play along. Pretend to surrender.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna hold like a spell, and the trigger. I'm gonna hold. Oh yeah, I don't have thaumaturgy. But I can. With prestidigitation,
Mm-hmm.
could I make someone else's voice like a lot louder than what it is?
No, because that's with
That's with
thaumaturgy.
Okay. In that case, then I'm gonna like sort of just pretend to surrender and just be like, okay, I will play along, sort of thing.
Okay, next. So Ralgash, what would you like to do?
Relgash plays along and sees how the plan is going to unfurl. And he is going to attack if the kobolds reach melee range.
Okay then. In which case then, I would like Khan, Shizuka, and Ralgash to either make separate deception checks, or one of you can make it with advantage. Most likely Khan, as you're the one that's trying to play the con here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I don't mind Khan rolling with advantage.
Neither do I.
Alright then, so can't roll me a deception check with advantage.
It will just roll it automatically, won't it?
Yes.
When I click it, yeah. For that case, right. Come on, be a deceptive birdie.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty good. That was pretty good. Let me see here. I only need to whisper this one.
I don't know.
To whisper.
Brilliant.
I didn't whisper.
Oh,
That's why, because I didn't toggle it properly. That was still
Ah.
public. But you feel that you can get away with your deception. And
Fantastic.
so we shall go to Zopper for the last action of the evening. Zopper, what would you like to do? From where you are, you can see that Khan has shapeshifted into a kobold and has started to take the others prisoner. And you can see that Erin has placed herself up against the edge of the alcove, and she's keeping a tight eye on things, but keeping out the way.
Well, I better come a little bit closer. How close can I come? I take it I'm 30 feet.
Yeah, you can get 30 feet, or you can... Go a bit closer.
Are we trying to get rid of the kobolds again, or are we still just trying to get in?
Erin informs you of what the situation is, and is like, these two are pretending to be prisoner and hang back. I don't know if you've got anything that could help with this, then if you can turn invisible or something like that. You seem to be a spellcaster.
Can't I change my face, but am I dreaming?
Let me see.
What I remember. And I have the maskers.
Indeed, you can disguise yourself at will.
Yeah. So with that is that just human shape?
Yeah, but you can't change your height. It's the same problem Khan has. So Khan can't make himself look taller or anything like that. So if he makes himself look like Shizuka, you kick the top half of Shizuka and go flying through it, because there's nothing physically there. In your case, there'll be like
I will.
a kobold body and then the rest of you popping out of his head.
I will make myself look like then a beggar woman, an old beggar woman, like really, really old, crinkly, white eyes and what have you.
I like the fortune teller crone.
Yeah.
Alright, that sounds like a plan, and that's where we shall leave it for this week.
Yes.
As you guys are preparing to enter the abandoned mines.
Yes.
So I hope you all enjoyed that.
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I enjoyed myself.
See, not everything's going to kill you yet.
Yet. Yeah.
So I hope you've all enjoyed watching it, and what have you, as my phone now starts breaking. Can't close apps properly. There we go. Right, so yeah, I hope you've all enjoyed playing along. I hope you all have enjoyed watching. If you are still here, be sure to hit the follow button and everything else. It all does help out the stream, especially now that Boris Johnson's determined to keep England in a permanent state of don't know what the F to do.
Sounds about right.
Yep. And until next week, if we're all good to play next week.
I do believe that I at least am.
Yeah.
I know we're in the middle of the festive period, as it were.
Yes.
But until then, I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year if we don't see you before then. Farewell, everybody.
Yes.
Farewell.
Yeah,
Good night.